Hello everyone. For my final speech in COMM 154, I have decided to begin with a quote by Dale Carnegie, and he said, "There are always three speeches for every one you actually gave. The one you practice, the one you gave, and the one you wish you gave." And I've found this to be very true throughout the semester with COMM and doing all of my speeches. And needless to say, it's been a very interesting semester, and if I had to pick one word that describe my whole semester, it would definitely be interesting. And I'm just going to talk about things that worked for me this semester, things that didn't, and then my favorite assignments and least favorite assignments. So, first of all, one thing that really worked for me is having a good outline. I found out that if I'm prepared for the speech, then it would be much easier than if I'm not prepared. Granted, it's still difficult because public speaking is hard, but it's so much easier when you're prepared and when you have outlined exactly what you want to say and you know your topic very well. On the other hand, what didn't work is when I procrastinated or when I didn't plan out well enough what I wanted or didn't think about my subject and how it would come out as a speech, and how it would fit the topic. And that hurt me a lot for some assignments. And I really, one thing that I need to work on and one thing that didn't work throughout the semester, as you can tell, is me verbalizing my thoughts more clearly and to be more efficient and effective with what I'm saying. I have a ton of thoughts that are going through my mind all the time, and I'm thinking about a lot of things, and sometimes it's hard for me to verbalize it in a way that touches my audience, or makes sense and is cohesive in my speech. So that being said, I still have stuff to work on, obviously, everybody does, and the more you practice, obviously, the easier it gets, and I'm surprised. I really thought that COMM online would be much easier than in real life. However, I'm learning that it's just as difficult to public speak, even if it's just to a few people and to my computer. But it's something I'm obviously working on, and I'm constantly working on putting my thoughts into sentences that would make sense in order instead of just blurting out a ton of things at once. So the next thing I want to talk about is my favorite assignment, and I decided that my favorite assignment was caught between the persuasive assignment and my infamous famous speech. I chose this because I really liked my persuasive speech topic. I'm really passionate about donated blood. In fact, I actually donated blood today at the OCC blood drive. But I think the passion behind it really made the speech much easier to do, and the fact that I had planned it out made it a lot easier also. But I think mostly was with the persuasive speech, I picked a great topic that I could persuade people, that I've used in the past to try and persuade people to donate blood. So it's something that really affected me. I also like the infamous slash famous speech because I like Walt Disney and I think it's a really interesting topic, and I feel like I taught the class something about him that they might not have known before, and that's always interesting. So, someday maybe one of the class members can tell their friends a random fact about Walt Disney, and that's something that's really cool because they learned it from my speech. My least favorite assignment was the informative speech because I didn't pick the right topic. I picked a topic that was more along the lines of persuasive, and that made it very difficult to be informative as opposed to persuasive. So I wasn't as successful on that speech as some of my other speeches. But obviously, I did talk about it before that I am constantly working, and this is definitely a step in the right direction. And I'm really glad that I took the class because public speaking is extremely difficult and everybody can relate to that, but we're all here together and we're all working on it, which is something that's really awesome. So in reality, I can only go up from here. So thank you for a great semester. Good luck with everything else.